Welcome to another episode of Outside the Algorithm Live. This is our second time doing this. I'm your host, Samuel Patrick. This is a production of LFOD Life. This all started in 2020. We were doing weekly lives on our Instagram channel, and it became a real cool way to meet people from all over the country, all over the world. I never knew who was popping up. They would just hop on. I'd get to know them. We'd all get to know each other. People were making album sales, collaborations, connections. It was great. So I wanted to bring it back in a new way on a bigger stage, a little more organized. And that's what we're doing here. We'll be doing this the last Thursday of every month, same time and place. Right now we're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. So if you're on one of those and you got another you like better, you can head over there. You can tap in with us at LFOD Life on everything. We've got a number of artists in the building. So this is called Outside the Algorithm Live, which, as you can guess, means there's not a live version. And the pre-recorded one is a monthly interview series we've been dropping with some in-depth conversations with artists. We kicked it off with Cake Swag. We have the Miss Hot Sauce episode up. We just dropped Laura Gold, and we're starting Women's Month next week with DJ Candy Rain. The cool thing about those is we have like nice little 15-minute segments that are out on YouTube for the public, and our members get the full close to an hour convo. So if you're on our website, which is lfod.life, and you're looking around and you see join this membership thing, I would do it. It's free. You get exclusive access to bonus content. You get a subscription to our newsletter. So every month you'll have it delivered to you, not just our content, but other videos and news and artists we've been rocking with. The whole goal is to get y'all outside this algorithm. You can just go enjoy your lives, and we'll handle delivering the art and the artist to you. That being said, I'm ready to rock here. We got DJ BeanZ in the building. First up, coming to the stage. I want to give her a warm welcome.
Hey!
What's going on? Yeah, not a lot. We're doing this. Live number 2. It's smooth so far. What's up
Honored
with you?
to be here. Thank you. Hopefully I don't fuck it up with my crazy internet connection that's going on right now.
Hey,
it's windy in LA. It's windy in LA.
It's wicked windy out here.
It is wicked windy. And speaking of wicked, this new chair, every time I lean on it, it sounds like I'm fighting. But just so everybody knows, it's not gas, I swear. It's my chair.
That was a funny thing. Shout out to Versus, one of the early Verses, the Lil Jon one. He broke down that one of his like biggest beats, he used the squeak from the engineer chair because he was like jamming out in the studio, and he realized it was like getting into it, so they went and mic'd it up. So you never know.
I believe that. That's right. I mean, you know the infamous the stove joint. You know what I'm saying, on the Mob Deep shit. So
I know
genius is genius. They come up with crazy shit.
Yep. And shout out to everyone already dropping comments. We'll be able to bring you up on the screen like this. Y'all already get the vibes. We can bring up guests as well. But DJ BeanZ, so we've collaborated in the past. You've done a mix you did a mix this summer for LFOD Radio. It was definitely one of our hits. But I don't think we've met in person, have we?
No, because I suck at life. And every time we've gone to try to meet, everything is so sporadic, like the way things happen. And, especially in hip hop, people never on time. We need to fix that, by the way, hip hop. But yeah, so I'm glad I'm finally getting to see you, though. You know what I'm saying? I definitely want to. We will get up in real life one of these days. And thank you for having me, because I'll be honest with you, that was one of the more fun mixes I've done. Like, I really enjoyed myself when I went in on that mix. So I really like it. So I have it. I'm pretty sure I have it embedded on DJBeanZ.com to go directly to the site so people can stream it. But I appreciate shameless plug.
No, get it out there.
Yeah.
Get it out there. It was fire because
with that mix.
Yeah, it was super bar heavy. It was gritty. It was grimy. It was like a lot of voices I hadn't even heard before. Like, how did you go about putting it together?
So, really I really enjoy, I do a lot of stuff in the underground. So, that mix for me, ended up being a little bit different because, you know, my shows and my mixtapes, that's what I still really highlight is the underground. So there's a lot of heavy bar work going on in the underground. So, you know, especially with, you know, Griselda kind of busting the door open, not kind of, Griselda busting the door open for the underground. It's just been a lot of fun because with that mix, I had just gotten into a lot of like the Benny and Hit Boy stuff. So I'm one of those people I've accepted and I enjoy what they're doing. And I think they found a great balance to deliver, you know, what old Griselda fans want and the newer generation and stuff like that. So that mix actually had a nice little combination of all of that stuff. So when I'm putting my mixes together, like when I know it's a mix I have to do for a tape or something along those lines, the sequencing process alone will last me a couple of weeks. And then I'll get on the turntables and all of a sudden it just switches up because something else comes to my mind. I'm like, oh, this is going to blend real good together. So that it just ended up being, I was in a really great space with a lot of new stuff that was out. So really, I just, like I said, this was the first guest radio feature too that I think I had over the summertime in a while. So it just gave me a chance to get on there and have fun and, you know, go keep it grimy, but at the same time, it was kind of upbeat. So I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot.
So did I. So did our listeners. So thank you.
Thank you. And thank you to everybody who checked it out. And my dog want to come up in here and flex his chain real quick. Excuse me. He's trying to get attention. That jingling over here was my little Scrappy, but yeah, sorry about that.
Nah, it's all good. We love the dogs here. We love the dogs for sure.
They're better than humans anyway.
Well, sometimes, yeah. So
90% of the time.
So you are the Empress of the Underground, it says on your profiles there. Can we break that down?
So that's self-proclaimed. So I can't really, I go by that because every name that I've been, that I rep, like my AKAs have all been given to me. So the only things that I've named myself were the Boston Baked Bitch and Empress of the Underground. And that's because Queen of the Underground was a title that I've been given by a couple of different people. Shout out to Sunez, you know, he calls me one of the major DJs of this hip hop resurgence. So one of the homies actually hit me up and was like, yo, you got to see this series, Queen of the South. He said the main actress, the main character, Teresa, really reminds me of you. And it's like, you know, that's Queen of the South. You kind of Queen of the Underground. And I watched it and it thoroughly inspired the album I'm working on now, which is Queen of the Underground. And that's because, you know, I'm humble, but I know for a fact that I'm one of the DJs who has a larger platform that's been pushing this resurgence for years now. So not only was I honored that somebody, you know, called me that and it just took on so fast and so many people were like, yeah, BeanZ is Queen of the Underground. So, you know, Empress of the Underground was just me trying to grab a little more attention because I will elevate to that level after this Queen of the Underground album drops. But the thing is, too, is there's so many other, like Shea to me is a Queen of the Underground. But she's, you know what I'm saying? She's just, I don't even want to call her that because she's just one of the best MCs out right now. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of females. Queens have their own kingdoms. So you don't have to compete with anybody when it comes to me calling myself a queen. A Queen of the Underground is never a diss to anybody in it because you can have a queen of production. You can have a queen of the lyrics. You know what I'm saying? So we all those queens have our kingdoms up in this motherfucker. So, you know, after this album, I will be deemed Empress of the Underground. You know, I kind of speaking it into existence.
Hey, that's how you have to do it. So when's that album coming? Because I've seen you talk about it from time to time.
So the build-up on this, so my first album, Deadly Venoms, was a lot different. That was kind of something I reached out to, you know, the friends just to kind of see how it went along. I said I was going to call myself the DJ Khaled of the Underground because I'm curating as opposed to producing and stuff like that. So Deadly Venoms was a lot easier to put together. With this one, it's taken so long because I have spent so much time. I had bucket list ideas for it. And, you know, I've got everything from major producers from like EA Ski, Big Ghost, to a couple of my secret weapons like Wino Willie and Arkin. So my whole goal with this was to kind of pair future legends with the OGs that are already in it, that is still underground, you know, like Guilty Simpson and stuff like that. So with this, I'm going through the beats, and you know, whoever would come to mind on it, there were just a couple of joints on here like I needed. They must be, I won't have it any other way. And they all came together so perfectly. But let's just say I wanted it to drop in May, but I am right now waiting on the very last track. I have 18 solid tracks. This whole album, it's a full album. I'm delivering everything, and that's not talking skits, intros. Like, that's right now 18 solid tracks with one more that's going to be done. So I really took my time on this. I didn't want to give up on people. I know people are busy. So with that being said, to be honest with the anticipation on it, it's probably going to end up happening the top of next year, but I'm going to start dropping singles and videos and stuff like that within the next, hopefully, if things work out, within the next couple of months. I'm dying to leak some stuff for people to hear. Like, I cannot wait for everybody to hear this. I think what I did with this definitely met and exceeded what I wanted to do. And it's no surprises. Everybody that's on the tracks together, I told them ahead of time, like, this is who you're going to be on there with. What was dope was it ended up bringing a couple of the doper MCs together that weren't familiar. Some of the producers, you know, I've got some amazing people on here. So I'm just really, really hyped. And yeah, so I'm going to have to say, just because, you know, everything isn't all the way done, I'm going to say top of next year, but stuff will be taking your time. Soon.
It sounds like if you got that much in it, like, it's worth taking the time to roll it out.
It was worth the wait. And not to mention how many incredible albums dropped in 2021. It wasn't the time anyway, because it would have got lost in the matrix, just like everything kind of does. And I don't anticipate people slowing down on the drops, but I think my timing with it, you know, it's got to be key and all that stuff. But last year was not the year to drop it anyway. And as many tracks as I had together, I was thinking, you know, maybe I'll bust this down into 2 albums, but nah. All these legends and future legends.
You can do the single and the deluxe strategy they're doing now.
I mean, look, it's been years of just people dropping EP after EP after EP. You know what I mean? And more like artists like JR and stuff like that, they're dropping full length. They're giving us full length albums. So it's coming back slowly, but that's one of the things too, is that I really want to give people that full length experience again. So I'm definitely going all out with this.
I'm with it.
Yeah, it's my baby.
Hey, and if you're dying to leak something, you're more than welcome to press play right now. We're right here.
Oh my God. Don't tempt me.
Look at Aviate in the comments. He's ready.
Oh, I love him. He came out to the Cloth show with New Crack Era, The Cloth, Big Twins, Lennox Hughes. He came all the way from Beantown solo. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate him. Big love to him. Big support of mad cool people. So big love to him.
Yeah, you put me onto The Cloth. I didn't know about them, and I know you've been going super hard for Ito and them as well. That's New Crack Era. So like, before we like keep moving along here, is there, like, who's exciting you right now? Like, who right now is exciting you?
So my attention is definitely, you know, last year I called Mav from The Cloth. He was going to be, you know, the MVP of the year. He definitely did that. So Mav still definitely got my attention, but newer on my radar for certain is JR. It's J.ARR. You know, he's been on some ransom stuff and things like that, but his album Broken Easel, so incredible. This dude is amazing. He's just so good. So he's got my attention. The Umbrella Collective. Listen, I don't want to even miss anybody, but Pro Dillinger, Mickey Diamond, Snotty. There's a lot of people on there that they definitely have my attention right now. Pro's really out there doing his thing. And then, man, when I tell you, I'm calling this man my secret weapon. This boy is like my nephew. And I shouldn't call him a boy because he is a man. But listen, this guy Hype. I'm super hyped for Hype, because look, this dude really, he sparked something up for me, because it was so random a few months back. I was scrolling through Instagram and I never looked at the sponsored ads and shit like that, but maybe my volume was on. I don't know. Regardless, there was this video that was sponsored. The volume was on and it caught my attention because it has like a dance hall type hook on it. So I listened. I said, "Oh shit, the song is called No Trace." It's on my last mixtape. I put it on there on Everybody Hates Beans too. But this kid grabbed my attention. So I followed him. He instantly DM'd me and said, "No, you know," he was so professional and his approach, he thanked me and everything. And then he started putting me on to other stuff. He actually has a track with Shea, stuff like that. So he's had my attention heavy. A couple of weeks ago, he sent me his debut album to hear. Oh yeah. My God. So for me, this is a very bold statement. This is a bold statement, but I'm going to say it.
Okay.
I'm listening to it. I came back in him. I didn't catch on. Kid is 23 years old. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to keep calling you a kid. You're a man.
The man is 23 years old.
You know, I'm a little bit old. It's like, I'm sorry. Let me not do that. Let me not be the fucking auntie here. But for real, I just hit him. It blew my mind. I had to keep running it back. Found out like he produced most of it. He only has a couple of features. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag. But the bottom line is the first thing that came to my mind is he is going to carry the torch and he's going to reintroduce, you know, the new golden era. He's going to keep it going. That's what I think.
Wow.
He reminded me of a cross between JR and Pusha T, like to an extent. But, you know, it's not all this gangster rap and the versatility. Oh, my God. So he is definitely on my radar like you wouldn't believe. And then I got to throw out Asan Eastwood is another one of my favorites that he's out there doing the damn thing right now, too. So I have a lot of people to be excited about right now.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Super album mode. So it's been hard for me to listen to everything. But yeah, man.
Word. So before we bring the next guy on here, if people want to connect with you, how do they tap in with DJ BeanZ?
So you can hit me on the gram, DJ_BeanZ, spell Beans with a Z. On Twitter, I'm holla at Beans, DJBeanZ.com. It's got a lot of my mixes. It's got some interviews, you know, CDs and stuff like that. If you still into, you know, the mixtape stuff and all that. So yeah, and definitely go check out my mix on LFOD radio because the joint is fire. We should flip that into a mixtape.
Why not?
It was kind of dope. We might need to do that.
Yeah, let's talk. I assume we'll be in touch.
Thank you so much for having me on. Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. We're going to bring EXITFAME up next. Do you want to hang out? Are you going to make moves? Where are you at with it?
I have a few minutes to hang out, so I'm going to try to chill for a minute, but I have some album things I have to get to. So, but I'm going to try to hang out for a little bit, and I'm going to see if anybody jumps in, and I'll try to stick around as long as I can.
Thank you, BeanZ. I appreciate you coming through. I'm glad we made it happen. I'm glad we got to introduce the folks. You got people in the comments. They're looking up all these guys. Like,
where do I get in the comments? Where do I get there?
You might have to go
where it says YouTube. Comments.
Yes, maybe.
Okay, I might stay in here and jump in and see if I can. I might have to log in and everything so I can respond to everybody. But.
Do you want to stay on screen or do you want to leave the screen?
What do you want to do? Do you guys want to look at my gorgeous face?
I'm going to bring EXITFAME on. Maybe he wants to say something to you to follow up on that.
Let's do that. And then once y'all talking, you can kick me off the screen. That's all right.
You can leave whenever you're ready. I believe you have a button to remove yourself. So just
I wish I had that in life. Can I just push a button and remove myself from this bullshit?
We'll figure that out. All right, coming to the stage, EXITFAME. What's happening, man?
Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. You know. Hey, what's up, BeanZ? How you doing? I never met
you. How you doing?
But I was listening to you.
I like your hoodie.
Yeah. I got the Nipsey hoodie on right now. Yeah.
I'm out here, so you know.
Oh, you're in Los Angeles?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was in there. I was out there in December. Trying to get back out there.
Yeah, I saw you drop the video outside the mural, actually.
Yeah, I actually that was my second trip out there. That was my second time doing a video in Los Angeles. Yeah. Pretty, I think that's where it's at for music, honestly. That's where we're supposed to be as creators.
Yeah.
My opinion.
Would you support that? you're out here.
What happened?
You're out in LA. Would you agree? It's the spot to be.
I mean, this is definitely one of the biggest melting pots and places to network, without a doubt. I think that everybody needs to get out here, and there's always something to do. There's always people ready to work. So most certainly.
Yeah. And speaking of work, so EXITFAME, do you go by Fame ever, or is it EXITFAME the whole way?
I mean, originally, like in my neighborhood and like my life, that's what they called me, Fame. But through evolution of my own artists and reinventing myself, I put EXITFAME. Pretty much that meant like I exit me to enter myself, to stay in who I am, to not let the ego and the flashing lights or this image on Facebook ever get to your head. So I exit me and I'm just me. That's what that means.
I like that, man. I like that. And I was going to say, because just scrolling through your stuff and getting hip, it seems like you definitely are working. Like you've been at it for 2 years, right? And you said 6 projects and 42 videos.
Art, I reinvented myself. I used to be Fame Flint. I was on a different path then, but you know what I mean? Walking in the light now, after going through what I was going through. Hold on, get out of here. Yeah, she's crazy. Why are you doing this right now?
Look, my dog
people from California, get out of here.
That's one attention.
Sorry, I'm
on camera.
Anyhow, yeah. So before I was in that lifestyle, and walking into the light now, my transition. Now I'm EXITFAME. So
bet I feel that. It seems like you've been busting your ass, man. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, man. With the culture and the way things are, just staying consistent. You know what I mean? Just one project, or one visual every 6 months. It ain't gonna cut it nowadays. You know what I mean? To stay with the relevancy. Basically just trying to not trying to keep up with the Joneses or keep up with the times, but staying relevant and constantly creating. Just keeping it going, the consistency. You know what I mean? That's what it's about at this point, just keeping the train running.
Hell yeah. They're saying your videos are clean too, man.
Yeah. Shout out my nephew Darius. Shout out Mike Clips. We got All Rhymes, Sando Films. I work with a bunch of videographers. You want to say hi? Hey, say hi.
Yeah.
That's my
hi.
daughter.
Hello.
All right, get out of here.
I was going to say, yeah, I noticed in one of your videos, you mentioned you were a father of 3. And I was going to ask how you balance all like the fam and that. He's the dad of the year, right?
Yeah. So like I was telling you, my life, as it's in the music, I should have my brand on Never Go Back. I am a rapper in recovery, 31 months clean and sober from everything.
Congrats.
And I went through some things, man. You know what I mean? I went through some things with drug addiction, going to prison. I was in the dark for a while, and as that evolution came of my character, and I got back into it, and I remember I was in a halfway house, just getting out of the detox, and I was in a halfway house, and rapping's my passion. I'm a Christian too, you know what I mean? But that's my lifestyle, but hip hop is my religion. And I was like, how the hell you gonna get back into this thing? You know, I did everything that you're not supposed to do except like be a snitch or a rapist, you know what I mean? But I was like, you did everything that you ain't supposed to do as the culture in hip hop, what we embrace. And it was like I said in previous interviews, when you watch Eminem in 8 Mile and he used all of his flaws to his advantage, and I just put all my pain on my sleeve, and I just been doing it ever since, and it's inspiring other people who smoked crack, did dope, or shit, whatever, you know what I mean? Anything that we had to make it out of, we stand for. I probably got one of these hoodies around here. I should have it on, but we're gonna do it for Nip since y'all in California. But my brand is Never Go Back. Let me see like that.
Hey man.
It's we sell these, man, and oops, this camera. Sorry, I gotta get a new phone, but we sell these Never Go Back, and God's doing his own thing with that. Like at least a day they're selling, man. And never go back is a universal language for anybody. It doesn't just have to be drugs. It can be prison. It could be bad relationship, toxic relationship, being broke, whatever. And it's taking on a life of its own. And I got Never Go Back Part 1, Never Go Back Part 2. Actually, both. There's videos for Part 1 right now. And I just dropped the project in January 7th. May God Be With You Part 2. And it's actually doing better than DistroKid got a little check for me. I'm trying to figure out how to touch it, but it's there.
Let's go. All right. Let's go. They're streaming it on Tidal.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Congrats, man. It's real cool to hear that you've come through that and like you've stepped forward through that, and like that authenticity, you know, people are going to respond to that for sure, man. A lot of people pretend to have it together and they don't, so it's refreshing.
Yeah, man. I think hip hop was born off authenticity, just being real, just being who we supposed to be, man. And we got, I don't know, the 2000s got kind of gimmicky, but that's other people's crafts. But I'm here for the bars. I'm here to just give the hope, but at the same time let you know that lyrics, no matter what, like J. Cole said, the lyrics are always gonna ride through every wave. You know what I mean? So that's what I represent, the lyrics.
So now you kind of set this up. So you're talking bars, you're talking lyrics. Like, you want to let something off so people can really know what you're talking about?
You told me to have the decks ready, Sam. I would have been on it.
Hey, we go with the flow. Yeah. We go with. You got a little acapella for us?
Yeah, man, I'm always ready to do that.
Let's go.
Let me see. You want the bars, or you want, like, what you looking for? Like, you want the bars?
You're talking about bars.
Do what you do.
But do what you feel right now.
Which way you want it? I'll give it to you which way, you know?
Let's let our guests decide. Beans, what do you want? What do you say, bars or hope, you said?
You can't combine the two? I mean, you can't exit fame right now for us?
You know what? I'm going to promote
what you do. That's what I want you to do, what you're most comfortable doing right now, because I want to see what you do. I want to see you.
Right.
You want me to pick a number?
I see you, Flip Jackson. All right. Flip said talk that shit. All right.
I mean, I'm always about bars. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
if you got skills, you got skills. So you got to just do it.
Right. I was like, just off the top, you guys caught me off the block, but I said it's kill or be killed. Can't relate if you ain't been in the field. I take the charge and don't rap. My definition of real. You see these hands really been on the steel. That's 5 pounds of pressure to pull a trigger. On dogs, I really did it for real. A chess player. I sacrificed the queen for the win. I'll turn a pawn to another one. I won't lose in the end. And at the lot, I should be choosing a Benz. Something with 2 seats so I can doodle on them like I do on the cleanse. And in a drought, my hood had it on clearance. I'm at a parent-teacher conference, articulate, bagging the parents. They throwing bullets, don't catch a pass interference. I used to have to wait in line. Now they cash at me to make an appearance. Real face the nigga. A 90s generation, baby. You could check the cases, baby. I'll DM the docket numbers. 45s, 22s, 9 hollows. The box is covered. I left the shells empty like they was eating lobster smothered. And you should stop it, brother. I'm from with a pop, your mother, your aunt, sister, your brother, rude boy, ox, done done it. There's really no losses. Just got to change your perspective. Upgrade them. Change people like a watch or a necklace. Clowns playing checkers while I'm ducking a stalemate. I go off, I'll be in Walpole behind a steel gate. And niggas is real fake. Don't want to see you like Bill Gates. That's why they falling off like that challenge with milk crates. I'm feeling real great. Yeah, my kids getting closer. I'm in a changing room. Just hit a model on a sofa. Jogging, eating okra, drinking Fiji, no soda. These haters' faces looking like they smelled the bad odor. Thought it was over. Exit fame for the win. I'm talking to a baddie whose tongue goes down past the chin. I should get paid for sex. I came through. They said fame's the best. Man, I've been ghetto since Averex. It gotta be now. It counting. I could go on and on and on, you know.
I like it. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, you know.
I'm sorry, just real quick. I just have to say this is TMI, but I don't give a fuck. I'm giving it to y'all. So the thing is that has me dying is that I started a cleanse 3 days ago. So last night, I purposely did it early to make sure I was going to be good for right now. And let's just say about an hour ago, I was a little nervous.
Listen, they got me on this Miramax shit, man. My stomach was all messed up. We were trying to get it out.
When I tell you, them cleanses are no joke. That's why I'm like, I just gotta make sure it be a week that I'm like, I know I'm gonna be at the crib. Because listen,
I appreciate everybody in the comments. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, you bodied that though. You bodied that.
Yeah, man. But I like to give the hope though. Like I'm an MC at heart, but like I like to go conscious with them and just be talking about what's really going on. The song that I did in California at the Nipsey Wall, and shout out that neighborhood. I guess that'd be the Roland, the 60s, allowing us to go on and shoot on that wall, you know. So that was cool, man. That was cool.
Yo, man. Yo, I appreciate you rising to that there. You're the first person to drop bars on Outside the Algorithm Live. The bar is right there. You've said it. Like, now it's there. Like, I appreciate you doing that. We don't always warn people ahead of time, so it's dope when someone
but this is what I'm saying. What this generation is missing as an MC, as a lyricist, I don't know. I'm trying to get signed. I'm a broke rapper. I'm trying to get on. So I gotta have that fully clip loaded 24/7 in the middle of a snowstorm. We in Boston, Massachusetts, by the way. It's about to snow out here. Yeah. And I don't know. Right. And they gonna be like, and they say to you, what you got? I'm ready. I can go longer than that. You know?
That's funny.
I'm having fun, brother, you know.
Bringing it back to Crenshaw, one of the illest things Nipsey had on his album there, where it's like the skit where he meets the kid in the mall, and he goes, "Yo, you got something?" And was it Cotty PGE or something? His name, and the kid goes off and does his thing. And it's like that's how it goes. Like if you say you rap, you got to be able to rap.
A lot of people can't do it no more.
Not a rapper.
But I seen a meme. It was really funny. I got to screenshot it. It was like if they still had BET's Tigger's Rap City in the basement, a lot of people's favorite rappers wouldn't be able to do the freestyle part. You know what I mean? Like they wouldn't be able to go in there. And it's true. Like we're in a generation where that you know what I mean? Like that's almost like it's like hard to do, but for us, we come from that. Like it's just this is a part of it.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost a couple different things going on at once right now. Cause like
sorry, this cat's crazy.
Look, I had to pick this asshole up. He was trying to knock over my table and stuff. Yeah, you being cute now. I don't know why he wants to be annoying right now. He's been chill all day.
Dude, well, it's funny. So I was going to say the reason you're on here, man, is I want this to be like a place where, you know, the earlier lives, I never knew who I was bringing up. I would just, who wants to join? I'd click accept. And you hit me up at like the exact right moment. Like, yo, what's good with interviews? And I was like, hey, we're starting to do this thing. So I want to do more like this, just like people I don't know, like come on and
man. Exit Fame, man, for anybody out there, man. Just an independent rapper. I'm just, you know what I mean? Like I got people and supporters, but this is like kind of like just a 3-man show, I would say. We're just trying to get it. So when I see platforms such as yours or anybody, I'm reaching out all day because you don't know which one's gonna crack. You gotta knock on 100 doors just for one to open, you know?
Right, man. Well, we're happy to open whatever doors we can, man, for real. So,
I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, I appreciate you linking up. So it's at EXIT_fame on everything, right?
No, it's just Exit Fame, but I believe on Instagram it's EXIT_fame. But my name's Exit Fame, every single platform. Yep. Exit Fame.
Word, man. And they can get those hoodies through your how do they get those? They DM you?
Yeah, right now people are sending cash apps and I'm mailing them out to you. Very good service. But we're gonna I told you this is my office, my bedroom. This is really it. Like this is me doing this. Like this is real, like straight
bro.
You know what I mean?
For a while, I was using merch bins as furniture in my apartment. So I feel you because you got to get the big orders to make the math work. So
right, man.
I definitely feel you.
Just chasing the dream, brother. You know.
Hell yeah! If you had one,
DJ BeanZ, man, we got to connect, man. I'm gonna follow you after this.
No doubt. I'm gonna give you a follow back. You got my attention. I'm curious.
I'm gonna do it right now
on screen.
Do it.
Definitely plug in.
What is it, DJ BeanZ?
It's DJ_BeanZ with a Z.
DJ_BeanZ.
In the meantime, bro, do you want to hang when we bring up Amanda Shea here, or do you got to make moves?
Yeah. that's the polite thing to do. I'm gonna hang. Yeah.
Oh, it's becoming a party. I love it. It's becoming a party. Yeah,
I'll probably have my mic off because I'm like doing stuff, but
yeah,
I'm here.
Anytime you want to interject, let us know. So I appreciate you, man. Thank you, and definitely keep in touch with us as well. Yeah, bet. Coming to the stage next, we got Amanda Shea all day.
Hey,
what's happening?
What's going on? This is like a Zoom call to me. Damn, hold on, my light is so bright. Hey,
but
everybody.
It's a little better than a Zoom call, maybe.
No, it is, but you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a lot of people on the screen at the same time for me. So it just reminds me of a Zoom call, but it's more lit than a Zoom call. Hey, everybody.
Mad folks in the comments too. Shout out to the comments going off here.
Okay, so like I just figured out how to see the comments. Like literally, like right before you called me up, I'm like, where are all the comments? Like,
took me a minute.
Mine's just popping up.
I love it. Hey, everybody.
So what's up, Amanda? It's been a minute. I don't think I've seen you since 2019.
Yes, that's
maybe for a minute at Hoop Hop. At Hoop Hop, I saw you at Hoop
Hop.
Hop.
Yes. I was gonna say,
Very
I'm like,
brief.
nah, could it have been that long ago? But you're right. The last Hoop Hop that was outside, that was over the summer. That was 2021. 2021.
Yep. So it hasn't been quite so long, but that was super brief. You know how those are when we're working.
Yeah, because you all in it. Like you're paying attention to the games, you're paying attention to the cipher. Yep. You were working, so like you know how LFOD do it.
Gotta earn my keep, Gotta keep Bakari happy. That's the goal.
That's the guy. That's the only goal.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's up? Happy birthday too. I'm glad I get to wish you a happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank y'all. You know, Aquarius is not a season, it's a lifestyle.
You're talking to one right here, baby. Me too. I just had mine last week.
I love that. You said when?
Well, was it a week ago? Yeah, almost 2 weeks ago now. Yeah.
Your birthday for real? Yes. Gang in the building. See? Aquarius be everywhere.
Aquarius
I'm February 6th, same day as like Bob Marley. It's a light flex. It's a light flex, but Bob Marley is iconic. So yeah, I share the same day. And my guy Photo. Yeah, he also has the same birthday.
That's what's up. I'm supposed to get along with Aquariuses. That's what people tell me. So this could be good. This will be a good Zoom now.
Are you a Gemini?
No, I'm a Leo.
Okay.
I don't know.
Hey, thanks, Flip. Yo, I can see the comments. Y'all.
Yeah, now they're there. They're saying you have a crazy work ethic. Everyone's wishing you happy birthday.
Oh, thank y'all.
We'll have to bring a cake next time.
Yes.
So I always ask people this question on their birthday. So I'm going to put you on the spot here. What lesson did your last year teach you? I feel like there's always one that shines through.
There's been so many. So like when you said it, I was like, I have so many off top. But what I will say is what I learned is, or what I've learned is, or the biggest blessing of a lesson I've had is healing is not linear and grieving is not linear. And to ensure that you have like a good work-life balance, but also like taking care of yourself, like for real. Like we keep saying take care of ourselves and self-care, but like that means listening to yourself. And I think that's a big difference than just like, saying, yeah, I'm taking care of my, like when I say listening to yourself, it's like when somebody hits you up and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go. And then the night comes and you're like, I feel obligated. Listening to your body. If your body's like, nah, you need to stay home and just like rest, whatever that looks like for you, like you need to do that. That's the biggest lesson I think I've learned. Yeah. That was kind of like a long-winded answer.
No, that was a good answer. I'm glad you learned that. That sounds.
Listen,
that's crazy because that's the exact lesson my ass learned last year too. That's why I'm like, right now you said it. I bought myself a PlayStation purposely because I'm like, nah, no more workaholic shit. You got to have a balance, and you nailed it. You nailed it.
Yeah,
Aquarius queen, baby.
Yeah, I mean, because we will keep going. Like, I think, I don't know who said I had a crazy work ethic, but thank you for that. And I think a lot of people know me for that. At the same time, I'm just kind of like, should I be proud of this? Because I sometimes work so much that I forget to like neglect myself, my friendships, my relationships, whatever have you that's going on. You know, outside of my kids, I feel like I will put everything completely to the side, or I used to put everything to the side and not pay attention. And now I'm so mindful about like the things that I say that's coming out of my mouth. I'm saying I love you to people every time I hang up the phone. I will say that to y'all before we end this tonight, because it's true. Like, we don't know when the last time we're going to be able to speak to people and like really just have beautiful conversation and engagement with each other. Like, that's so precious. I want to make sure that the last thing I'm saying is that I love you, and that, you know, and I mean it, you know.
That's fire. I'm happy. Yeah, it's funny. They were saying in the comments that people definitely have tried to catch you at events and you're off to the next one, you know, before they can even do it.
Thanks, y'all. The pandemic kind of slowed that shit down for like a long minute, but you know, we back at it again, like the vans, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what do you have coming up? You must be, I know you were working on something.
So, what do I have? I have a lot, and that's another thing I want to say to people, like especially artists. Like, I know that we're supposed to like keep things to the tuck, you know what I'm saying, and like keep certain things private, and that's very, very true. At the same time, like, we have to learn to speak and manifest like what we're working on in existence, and not be afraid of telling people what we're working on, because it holds us accountable, for one, and two, like, like, don't you just want to put your stuff out there? Like, we got to get out of our heads all the time and just put it out there. So I have an EP coming. I have a book coming. I have a couple shows. I've been doing a lot of college shows. I've been very blessed to be able to, you know, perform at Simmons last week, and I have a show at Bentley tomorrow because of the snow. And I have another one coming up with Northeastern. So I've just been really blessed. Most that have been like following my journey know, like, touring and like college shows have been like the biggest thing on my bucket list. And I'm just grateful to say that not only was I able to tour over the summer independently, which was the first time I've ever done that. Invest in yourself. It pays off, y'all. It pays off. Invest in yourself. Who cares if the gig ain't paying you to fly down to Florida? You book that ticket and go down there anyway. I'm telling you, the love you receive from strangers, I'm sure you already know, Sam, like, the love you get from strangers, like, it just hits a lot different. And building those connections, you know, like, keep building in your city, but also go outside of your city. We're not like encapsulated here. Like, this isn't the only place that exists. Like, we're global. Think global, which is weird to say as like we're watching war go on right now. Tonight, like, it's really scary. So I'm telling people, like, don't ignore what's happening, but also enjoy your life and take those risks, because we don't know. We really don't know.
And what we don't need to get too much into war, but it's like, right now you can't control anything that goes on over there. They're doing what they're going to do, whether you're booking a gig or not, you know? So it's like, but I feel you on the like out of town stuff, because one of the wildest things that's happened to me, I still remember talking with Hello 6 down in Atlanta, and she was telling me how much love she gets in Boston. She loves going to Boston. Everyone shows love in Boston, and like Boston artists are like, there's no love here. There's nothing going on. But then she's saying she's from Atlanta, and she's like, I had to get love in Boston before I could come get love in Atlanta, versus Boston artists go to Atlanta and they're like, everyone loves me down here, you know? So it's, even if you're from Atlanta, you're going to feel like you have to leave, you know? So it's no different in Boston or wherever you are.
I think everybody experiences that, you know. I think I just had this conversation, so I'm really trying to like be mindful of the conversation that I had. But I feel like when you're from somewhere and you rep that and you claim that and this is your hometown, and I'm talking in general, I'm not just talking about Boston. It's like you, as an artist, you kind of like, you want the like respect and the accolades and the acknowledgements from your city. And like, I understand that. At the same time, I think for me, what's worked for me, and I feel like why I'm saying like travel and get out too, is because I don't subscribe to being from nowhere. When people ask me where I live, like I live in Roxbury. I've been in Boston for 16 years. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not from here. I don't really rep anywhere but the place that I reside. And this is the community that's given so much to me that I want to pour so much back into. So when I go other places, I'm always saying Boston, but I feel like once I stopped focusing on like, do people fuck with me for real? Like in the city, was when people started fucking with me for real in the city. I feel like people sense authenticity. In Boston, you can't fake that shit. Like people sense that shit from a mile away. We are in the city, okay? They know. And because of that, we have this kind of space where people feel like they have to leave.
The dogs are really making a play tonight.
Like they have to leave to get that respect and come back. And sometimes that's the case for some people. Other times it's not. They're just grinding really hard and they're receiving that. But I'm telling you, like, as an artist, don't get like so tunnel vision on like where you're from. You know, think about it being everywhere. You want to think of expansion. I think of globally. When people ask me what kind of artist I am, I'm international. Like I'm speaking that into existence, not only because I actually performed internationally, you know, Light Flex, but at the same time, like I kept saying it so much that the universe was like, yo, you put in the work, this is what's going to happen. So, and not to ignore also what we said about war, you're right. Like what they're doing over there, me booking a show is not gonna, you know, stop what's happening over there. They have their own laws, et cetera, et cetera. At the same time, as an artist, my duty, like the great Nina Simone said, is to capture the times that we live in. So when I get on a platform like we are on tonight, I'm gonna mention it because that is what is happening right now. So we should elevate that and amplify that, because what we see going on over there could easily happen over here. Don't sleep. Like, let's not sleep. Like, let's be very, very aware of this. It could happen at any moment in time. I'm sure those people didn't wake up today and think, oh my gosh, I'm going to be in the middle of this. I'm sure that wasn't what they were thinking when they went to sleep last night. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like, life is too precious. We got to be mindful.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%.
Hey guys, I just wanted to, I'm gonna take this Uber out of here. Amanda, you gotta work, man. I'm so impressed listening to you, man. I got so much going on in this room. DJ BeanZ, I followed you. Thank you, Sam, and thank you guys, everybody, for having me. And thank you, AlgorythmC. Amanda, I'm gonna link up. I'm gonna hit you in the DM, and DJ BeanZ, follow back.
Hell yeah.
Everybody be safe, man. You already know. Love.
I got to get out of here too, but I was just so intrigued. Look, I was about to throw the hots up at you too, because listen, you speak to my soul. I don't know if this is some Aquarius sister shit, but you literally are saying like everything. Had these conversations yesterday. I have to go too, but I was so intrigued I could not leave this conversation. So there's no disrespect because I have to roll too, but listen.
No, so much respect.
You are a queen, girl. Keep keep
it up. Keep it up. That was dope.
You're dope too. But listen, this just being females in any type of male-dominated industry, and to have this mindset and a work ethic like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm drawn into you already. So I just wanted, like, I've had chills over my whole body while I've been sitting here listening to you talk, because we're really on the same page. So I have to reach out to you as well.
Yes. Please connect with me
yeah.
for sure.
So glad you brought me on here for this connection to happen tonight.
Hey, this is what it's all about. So thank y'all for making it into this.
So I don't want to take any shine away from Amanda, and there's no disrespect that I'm gonna roll because I got
no, thank you. Please listen. Send me a DM with your number, like
I am on it, on the way. So Sam, good looking for Lincoln. This was a beautiful linkage right here. I'm super excited about both of them. I wish I could stay, but thank you for having me. Thank you for coming. That energy and busting out with that before I get out of here. I'm so ready to get to work anyway. Now I'm like, yes.
Peace.
So I'm gonna DM you for sure.
Peace.
Much love, y'all.
Bye.
Amanda, it's us. We're gonna bring AlgorythmC on in a minute. I wanted to follow up on two things you said to make to really drive it home for people who are tuned in, like the international piece. Listeners don't really care that much where you're from, like at this point, especially. So like these headphones, you're competing with people from around the world with budgets that represent that, etc. It's not like they're like, you get a little bonus if you're from the hometown, but like you have to get to a level first, you know?
Yeah.
And Boston does love the underdog too. So sometimes it goes the other way where once you stop being the underdog, they stop rocking with you. So
I mean, like, either way it goes, we have to accept whatever that journey is and what those lessons are in those moments. Cause like, let's be serious. We could say, you know, we've been artists. I've been a professional artist for the last almost 5 years. Right. So for me, it's like, can I say that I've went through these levels and these situations? Yes, of course, but they were temporary. They didn't last. I ended up having to move through those things, and I had to learn a lot, you know, about myself and the ways like of which I needed to grow and evolve as a person, but also like how to conduct business and like how to make sure that I am presenting myself as a business, as well as like loving what I do, and trying to balance making sure I give back to the same community that has poured so much into me. And if that means volunteering or mentorship or, you know, community service or working an event for free, I will always do that hands down, because Boston has given so much to me. So I feel like it's our duty as artists, I feel like, to pay it forward and feed the ecosystem. Like that's how we all thrive. You know, Absolutely. Like that's how we're meeting each other right now, like on this platform, like sitting here chatting it up and like really like getting connected with each other on not just like an artist level, but on a human level. That's dope. That's so dope. I love EXITFAME. Like I've been a fan for a very long time. So when you said like, wasn't your name? I was like, yes. Cause I'm like, what is the story behind like, these are quite like, I'm just hype, you know what I'm saying? And like DJ BeanZ just seems cool as hell, and gang Aquarius is I rock with heavy.
Yeah, so it like, all worked out.
It did.
This was the lineup. I was like, you guys all were interested in like doing stuff around the same time, and the lineup came together, and it's dope. Shout out EXITFAME for sure, because I got a text about him. Oh, yo, I'm looking forward to hearing him talk. So people are definitely tuned into what he's got going on.
He's dope.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I want to bring AlgorythmC on. Before we do that, at Amanda Shea all day on Instagram. Anywhere else you want people to tap in with you, connect, etc.?
Y'all, Instagram is probably like the easiest. I'm on Snapchat. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter, but I don't be on Twitter. I am scared of Twitter. So I have one, but I don't be on it. Or you can connect with me through my website at www.amandashea.com. Just hit me up. Like I'm always open to collaborate with people. Just have a conversation with people. Like always, bare minimum. Like let's build. Like let's connect. Like
yeah, and you're setting it up. So I'm going to bring AlgorythmC on. Can you hang for a moment?
Yeah,
so he gets a crowd too. All right, then.
Yeah, of course.
We got AlgorythmC coming to the stage outside the Algorithm Live. What's happening, man?
What up? What's good? Could you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Hey, what's going on, Amanda? How's it going?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. All is well. Yeah.
Good.
Stoked to see you here.
Likewise.
Man, it's good to have you. I want to start by thanking you.
Oh, really?
Because yes, man. Because we linked up with you through the Beat Club podcast.
That's right. That's right.
Back in the day. Huge shout out to them for plugging us in.
That's
and
right.
Then we started, basically ever since we kind of started this rebrand and started dropping new videos and stuff, like you've been tuned in and you've been commenting, dude. Like we're getting YouTube comments. Like you are a YouTube comment that I'm counting on. They're thoughtful. Yeah. I can tell you're watching it. And I'm like, yes, let's go. So I appreciate you not only tuning in, but taking the time to add to the conversation, because you're starting the snowball. There's going to start being more comments, but someone had to go first, man. And
somebody got to set the trend, man.
I appreciate it greatly.
Hey, man, I think it's mutual, man. Salute to you as well. Man, I was shocked when they even picked the beat that I submitted on the Beat Club podcast for the cipher, and then not only that, but it was somebody that was dope. Shout out to Brandy Blaze. So
shout out to Brandy Blaze.
Yeah, I'm still in awe and how many the bars that she put on that track. It was just crazy. Yeah. So
she went off.
Salute to you as well. Yeah, she did. Yeah,
to the point that, speaking of Twitter, Amanda's favorite, they literally won't let us promote that video because they consider it hateful content. I don't know. Like she just was too vicious, I guess.
Yeah, but I don't know.
And it wasn't hateful. To be clear, it was not hateful at all, like anywhere. But we're men. So yeah, we came together so organically. So it's dope that we could have you on here. Do you have any thoughts on what the convo's been about so far? Do you want to throw anything in?
Oh man, I love EXITFAME. That was dope. I like his concept. And like he's turning his life around, so a lot of people don't really get the opportunity. So salute to him. The DJ, I'm gonna have to link with her too. DJ BeanZ, man. I never knew who she was, so now I know who she is, and she's in LA too, because I'm in LA. So we're gonna have to make sure we link on at some point. Yeah, and Amanda Shea, I know about Amanda Shea through Brandy Blaze. So it's yeah, man, I love everything that she dropped, especially talking about what's going on right now in our current climate. I think it's it's important for us to still show that light, man, towards the world, man. Love, man, loving on each other, because hate is always going to be present where love is too. So if we can show more love than hate, then we can live together as one. We hear it in the Michael Jackson song and so many other songs, but yeah, I think we need to put our words and actions to practice more, because there's a lot of people who just talk and they're not really doing it, man. And people see your fruits. Yeah, the more love you give, you'll see it around you. Yeah. So a lot of things you guys talked about. There's a lot of connections. EXITFAME talking about Nipsey Hussle. I grew up knowing who Nipsey Hussle was before he was, gang banging and all that. I remember him in high school. We played basketball.
Oh shit!
So even seeing
you are from LA.
Yeah. Even I have stories too, like because Nipsey Hussle, when he passed away, I was like, I knew the city was gonna grieve over him, because Nipsey Hussle was that type of dude that would if you met him in person, he would shake your hand. He would talk to you like anybody. And I used to be like, man, this guy, how's he able to do that? Shake everybody's hand. And I think when he passed away, it showed that the connections that he built with people, it showed when he passed away. Yeah. So the same love that he gave, he got it right back. Yeah. I'll say and before you became. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's tough that like being a man of the people like that is kind of what ultimately led to that situation where he didn't think twice about popping up into his neighborhood.
That is correct. Yeah, but I would say Nipsey Hussle becoming the man he is, because when I knew Nipsey Hussle, by his name was Ermias at the time, it was like he was like a playboy, he was completely different, man. The Ermias that I remember, he was more reserved. He wasn't as vocal as he became when he became Nipsey Hussle. So yeah, but rest in peace to him, man.
Absolutely.
Pioneers that changed the game.
Yeah, that one hit me crazy hard for someone I didn't know. Like,
right.
It's always sad when an artist is gone, but like so many of his bars were just like, because he was telling you, he was figuring it out like with you, like as he went, and being like, I'm gonna try this, and that would work, and he'd come back in the next album and be like, yo, so I did that and this worked and that's how, so let's go this way. And if you listen to him, you could do a lot of cool shit. I want to real quick though, EXITFAME. I want to make sure my guy gets his name right. EXITFAME.
EXITFAME.
Folks tuned in. Yeah. Word. Well, you know how it is, man. Yo, and he said, that's cool. Anson says when Nipsey was at Laced, he offered everyone a sip of his drink, which is pretty wild. That's like that's another level. So huge rest in peace to Nip. How did you tap in with the East Coast then from out there?
Yeah, so how I got linked to Beat Club Podcast was through one of my good friends who went to high school with me as well. He's familiar with Nipsey Hussle too. He could give you the same story. His name is SP the Soul Prophet. I don't know if you've heard of him before, but SP the Soul Prophet was one of those guys. I knew he made beats, but he didn't really put it out there. So there was this thing in LA called the Beat Grade, where a lot of producers would come and we would battle beats. Because I had beats on my computer. I've been making beats for years. I was just like, I need to put these beats out there. So I was like, let me get into the beat battling scene. So even when I Googled beat battles, I think Beat Battle Makers came up first. And then a couple of, but I think that one is like in Canada somewhere. So I came across a couple of beat battles and I was just like, let me jump in. So and one time I invited him and he busted speakers out one night. Yeah. And so even when he would connect with people, and a lot of people in LA when they on the beat scene, I was connecting with them as well. So the Beat Club podcast, I don't know how he came across the Beat Club podcast, but it was through SP the Soul Prophet. Salute to that brother as well.
Word, I like the name too.
Yeah.
I like the name. Is he like exclusively an SP producer?
So he wasn't always. He's more of a Reason.
Wow.
We use the Reason program, which a lot of people don't really use as much, but anymore. But he's a Reason Gang user, and as time went on, the more hands he kept. Well, the thing is that when you would show up to a beat battle, you would have your beat already pre-queued already, so it's just you play the beat. But you had some cats that would show up with the SP 404, and they would start twisting the knobs and and like really vibing with the crowd, based on that, modulating sounds and flipping sounds around. And a lot of people from that, when they saw that, it was just like, there's times I showed up to beat battles and I'm like, I got to get an SP because, just to really feed the crowd, feel the crowd and vibe with the crowd, the SP is just like, it's
they do love doing the little twist. They do love the twist. I'm picturing it.
Yeah. And when people see you twisting and stuff, they're like, oh yeah, he's like a scientist. So he's going to, it's just like a DJ. When you see a DJ going crazy and, and he's, and he might be doing, techniques and all that. It's the SP. So he eventually got an SP and he lived up to his name, I guess.
Fire. What do you produce on? What do you make beats
with? So me, I use FL Studio. I've been using FL Studio for a long time. I've been using FL Studio since 2002. And the story behind it is that I was in the computer lab and I saw people making beats, and at this time I wasn't really into making beats, and I saw people, in this computer lab that's supposed to be for school, making beats, and then I was just like, you know what? I got to check it out. So I downloaded the free version, you know, and then as time went on, I kept, you know, messing with the, you know, FL Studio. And I mean, it's pretty much one of the coolest DAW. It wasn't a DAW that was very popular. And now it's not because of Night Wonder and some of those amazing producers who've kind of, you know, used the software. They take the software to another level now, to where industry heavy hitter producers are using it. You know, Hit Boy, I think, uses it a lot too. There's so many producers I can name that are using it now, but before it's kind of. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's definitely in the mix. I was just going to confirm. Yeah, and I want to, you know, keeping it out west. That Ninth Wonder and Merce album was the first time I remember Merce being like, "This was made on FL." Like, fuck you if you care, because people used to be like really negative about FL.
Yeah.
If you were not using like an MPC or SP or something physical, like they were questioning whether you were even a producer, which is wild to think about now.
Yeah. Hopefully I'm not putting Amanda to sleep. She's just like
I think she's just listening.
Hopefully I'm not putting you to sleep with this beat stuff.
I'm just listening.
The thing is, the producers, there's a lot of producers in the chat. So
I see, man.
Yeah, don't mind me. I'm listening. I'm over here. I'm with you all the way.
I see Flip Jackson uses the Reason. A lot of people use
Yeah, so you guys are out here, and I love talking to producers because there are so many different sauces back there. So
this is what I use. I use a Kai Fire for FL Studio.
Oh, there it is.
So yeah, this is a new MIDI that they put out.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, so it's made by Kai. Yeah, and the Kai is, you know, the one that makes you know, a lot of
they do the MPCs.
MPCs, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So they decided to.
Yeah.
And then one thing I was going to say too is that FL Studio is called Fruity Loops at the time, and I think Fruity Loops, when I first saw it, it was really catered to kids. I think that's why it never had the notoriety it's supposed to have, because it's supposed to teach little kids how to do studio production and music production. Yeah.
I had a demo when I was a kid for sure.
Nice.
Go through and make little, like, you know, I don't think I even had like sampling unlocked in it. I just remember having percussion and being able to just do crazy little percussion beats, like step sequencing, all that good stuff. So I've never seen that Akai before. Shout out to them.
Akai,
do you like it? Is this an endorsement?
Man, this is an endorsement. Hey, Akai, you know, for FL Studio, you need to holler at my boy. You need to holler at LFOD Radio and definitely support this guy, man.
Hell yeah.
Get some more users out here. Yeah.
Let's go. Hashtag
Akai Fire. That's what we need to do.
Hey, this is straight up the first commercial I've seen for it. So, like, they're gonna have to.
Hey, you never know what it might lead to, bro. You never know.
You never know, man. You never know. We're starting to do more gear reviews and stuff too. I'm realizing, because we're in the mobile studio, so I'm like, let me start talking about what I use to do this show, because there's other people who probably want to do the same thing.
What is it that you use, man?
No, I always shout out Zoom. Like, the Zoom recorders are insane to me. We did pretty much, Amanda remembers this, Mad LFOD Radio just produced off this little Zoom recorder, field recorder. We'd use 2 of them if we had extra guests, plug the mic right in and record it there. And I've used those. You can plug them in at concerts. If I have access to a soundboard, I can just get the live mix right on there.
That's dope.
It's super versatile. The Zoom, HN4 Pro. So there's our sauce. And then we have all sorts of other stuff, but that's another video. So you dropped, you did recently drop a tape. I want to make sure people know about this, called Complexity.
Right.
And that was
Complexity.
And that was with Guru Loop Kits.
Yeah, so there's a producer, another dope producer. I drop his stuff too. He's Donnie Joe. He's the curator of the Guru loop kits, and he calls himself the Guru. So he's and I guess when he calls himself Guru, it's not like how Jay-Z says I'm a Guru, It's like he's a guru, I guess maybe the Guru of sounds, I guess, playing with sounds and so yeah, he did a challenge and he put the challenge out. This was a way for him to get, a lot of producers to get involved with his sounds and his sound kits and his sound designing. And so when he did the challenge, for every challenge that he put out, I was just executing. And so it's so crazy because a lot of those tracks that you hear, if I was to play the original sound, you will be kind of like flabbergasted. I don't know if that's the word I should use.
No, that is. I love it.
Yeah. So I think there's one of them where I put the sound at the tail end of the track so you can hear where the sample really came from. Because I think when you hear the what the original sound like, you will have an appreciation for the tracks even more. Yeah.
So you were basically just smashing his challenges and it led to a project?
Yeah, well, when I got halfway through, I was like, this is pretty much a project. So I told him, once the challenge is over, I'm just gonna go back through them again, EQ them the best way I could, and that will be a beat tape. Yeah, so that's what happened. That's what transpired, and so the actual album cover is in front of my house. It's actually like a bush in front of my house. Yeah. So and when the morning dew would come here in LA, you would see like cobwebs. So then I was like, you know what, this would be a great album cover as well too. So I used that, cut that in, and then I took the concept of that because when I did, look up the cobwebs and how spiders, how they create their webs, it's very complex. But even though it's it might look like, for instance, a black widow, even though a black widow does her cobweb, her spider webs, they look messy. They're not as neat as some other spiders. There's a technique to it, to how she catches her prey. So that's the kind of concept I wanted to give with this, with the sounds. The sounds might sound complex, but then there is a strategy to the way I did each track, so yeah.
There's nothing more complex than nature, man.
That's right.
Except for maybe we like to complicate things as humans.
Yeah.
We're a part of nature too. So
that's right.
It's the layers for me. Like
Nice.
There's so many layers in that. That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, so that one is dope. It's a little different compared to the previous one I did, which is Vibrations, which is more laid back. And I think because you said you're a Leo, I'm a Leo too. So
let's go. Where's the fire emojis?
So when you said that, I was like, yeah, he's just like me. Yeah, we're a lion inside, but then I think there's times where we lay back and kind of calm, cool.
I'm a big teddy bear, man.
Yeah.
For real. It's a misconception.
Yeah.
Are you like a spider guy first, or did you learn all this in order to make your beat tape have a theme?
No, I'm not a spider guy, but
I am. That's stuff that you like dove in, like.
Yeah, but like at my backyard, like we plant stuff out there. My wife and I, we plant. I plant so many things. Just put the seed in the ground, or sometimes I'll eat a fruit. I put the seed in the ground, see if it grows or not. And you'd be surprised some of the stuff that I've grown back there. Like I grown an ice cream bean that somebody gave me. I ate it. I was just like, let me grow it. And now it's just like, now it's like about 15 feet tall. Yeah.
All right.
It grows ice cream. It grows ice cream beans on there, and I pick them, eat them. Yeah.
I don't even know what that is. An ice cream bean?
Yeah. You got to Google it when you find time. It's a very It's
fun. Google it right now. What do you mean?
So I'm from the Caribbean. I'm from an island in the Caribbean called St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and this ice cream bean, it kind of reminds me of like soursop. I don't know if you ever had soursop either.
Okay,
yeah, so
I'm seeing this.
Yeah,
I've had soursop.
You had soursop before, okay?
Yeah,
so it is similar to that, but it's really like an ice cream bean. When you taste it, when you taste the white fleshy part, it tastes like cotton candy, like vanilla. Wow. Yeah, so it's very unique.
Oh, that's why I was like, there's so many layers to it, because like the fact that you just like looked out at your yard and was like, this is really cool, and then like the Geek Squad in me would have like done exactly what you did, and that's like go and look
the ice cream bean.
That's it is.
It looks like ice cream. Yeah.
That's
crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
There it is. Yeah. You just have a 15-footer in your backyard that you're just
it's yielding more. It's yielding more now as the years go by. It's yielding more fruit. So there's times I go back. Like one time I went and I saw one that was really good to pick, and then when I looked for it, it was gone. I think a squirrel ate it. So that's a good sign. It's telling me that, you know, it's not just only me eating back there. It's other animals and stuff.
Good for you, man. Good for you.
So which is funny because it's leading up to the next project that I'm going to put out, and I'm still working on it, which is called Passiflora or passion fruit. And this man, it's crazy. This one when you it's a passion fruit vine that was growing in my backyard. I want to cut it down and get rid of it because it's so aggressive. It just it's a vine that just attaches and pulls on things and break things down. So I was gonna get rid of it, and when I did some research, I found out that this passion fruit plant is actually a passion fruit from South America that's related to the Passion of Christ. And so I went deeper and deeper and deeper. It just kept going deeper. So the flower, it turns into a flower first, and then the flower closes, and then it turns into a passion fruit, and it's called Passiflora. So that's going to be my next project that I'm working on, and that's going to be like a collective of like producers, of artists that I'm putting on there. So that's going to be another project that I'm working on, like 3 tracks in, and it's fire.
All right. So we'll keep an eye out. I know you'll let us know.
That's dope.
I'm into it, man. Yeah. I'm into it. This is why I love talking to producers. I mean this in the best way, but like y'all are really like nerds on another level. So like regardless of what is coming up, like you're gonna know what you're talking about, whether it's the plant in your backyard or what. I'm a bit of a nerd as well. So like no shots. Like I've been. We'll talk more, but I've been learning a lot about earthquakes for the last 24 hours. I've been, on the geological website if I'm going to be out west. Let me understand what I'm actually dealing with. What are the odds, and what are the different ways that the earth can disappear underneath me? Like,
it can move in any direction, right?
Yeah, I learned a lot. Yeah. I learned quite a bit about liquefaction yesterday. So anybody who wants to talk about that later, I'm with it. But I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much, for sending a beat to our cipher. Shout out Brandy Blaze for rapping on it so that like the conversation continued.
Brandy Blaze.
She kept you in the mix, and then you kept in touch. This conversation has been ill. How can people tap in with you? Like you said, there's going to be some rappers on your stuff. Are you looking for rappers to tap in? Are you looking for samples? What's the deal?
I'm down to work with everybody, man. Amanda, I'm gonna have to link with you so we could work to everybody. I'm an open door, and I love working with people. I love working with new artists. And even to me, I'm trying to do my own thing myself. I haven't really vocally got there yet, but I'm always down and willing to work with anybody. So you can always find me on Instagram, AlgorythmC, without the dash in the middle of this, between the M and the C, but AlgorythmC. If you type hashtag ALGOC, AlgoC, you'll find me. You can find me on all the platforms. Tap in with me and let's get to work.
It looks like Anson Raps is ready to go, so y'all need to plug
let's go, Anson. Check me out.
He always goes crazy on the ciphers too, so he's got bars. So nice. Thank you, man. Amanda, anything you wanted to say before we get out of here?
I'm just grateful to be here tonight with all of y'all. Thank you so much. Like for real, this was a beautiful night. Got to connect with folks. Like it's just, Yeah, I'm just grateful. So thank you. I hope everybody stays safe. Period.
Amanda for mayor. Amanda for mayor. The way that you were talking earlier sounded like you could really be out there just talking for the people.
Get the vote out. We
I still got work. I still got work to do, but
we have to get your smoke alarm fixed first, though.
Yes,
that is the first item on the agenda for the new term.
Y'all can't keep coming for me for that, because you know why? There's so much sage I burn in this house. These smoke detectors just don't stand a chance. Like, I'm replacing them too much. Like, and I don't know how to do it. I just be having to call my landlord, like, can you come in?
And I guarantee it'll improve your peace of mind. Like, I feel like it's subconsciously stressing you out, because I would be on edge in that room.
I don't even hear it anymore. Like, I don't, like, it's become so custom until somebody points it out. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I live with my parents, and I'm just like Amanda. I couldn't. It just blended in that you didn't know that it was happening. It was until
wow.
My wife came over. She's like,
nah, good for y'all, man. Some people use singing bowls. You guys have smoke.
I have singing bowls too, though. In all fairness,
okay, that's why I thought you might. Well, as long as when it really starts beeping, you know to wake up and leave, because it's an emergency.
That's her metronome. It's a metronome in her house.
Perfect. Yeah, that's the tempo. Figure out what tempo that's at.
Yeah.
That's your next.
We're going to get the BPMs on that, and we're going to send it over.
Sounds like AV8's going through it too. Everyone's got the... I did a wicked college move the other day. I actually put a plastic bag and a hanger over one of them to cover it, because I was in a kitchen that I couldn't cook in without it going off. Like, so I'm with you. Like, you gotta...
See? The struggle be real.
Anyway, this has been wonderful. I'm glad so much has been accomplished tonight. Hopefully everyone leaves on like a high vibe. I know I'm amped up. I'm gonna go like do mad shit now. I appreciate y'all tapping in. I appreciate everyone connecting with each other. Please reach out. Happy to be the bridge. If there's somebody whose info you didn't get or you're trying to build with them, feel free to let us know. If you enjoyed this convo, if you're tuned in as a fan or as a member of it, please share it with your friends, family, Reddit, wherever you put things. The Facebook one will be up. The YouTube one will be up. The Twitch one will be up. Get the word out. We appreciate it. I feel like the more people tapped in, it's going to be, just better, kind of raise that vibration all around. Thank you, guys. Thank you, AlgorythmC. Thank you, Amanda Shea.
Thank you.
Shout out to the whole LFOD team, everybody that makes this possible, all our members. We'll be back next week. Candy Rain. And peace, y'all. Peace.
Bye. Peace, Kiki D. I see you. Bye.